In this video, I'm interviewing the president of Starkey Hearing Technologies, Brandon Sawalich, about their most recent announcement of the new Livio AI hearing aid and their new rechargeable custom in-the-ear hearing aids. Coming up. It's nice to have you here. I really appreciate you inviting us out here to the conference. Really what I want to accomplish here is to get an idea from you from the top of the top, right, of Starkey in and of itself. It seems like you guys have really started to not get away from hearing aids, but really incorporating with hearing aids higher level like medical, health tracking, and you guys actually just introduced a chief health officer today. And so I'd like you to kind of give me an understanding of where Starkey's really going with this in the future.
Well, I think Starkey's a technology company. We're a manufacturing company. We're a lot of things, but where we're going over the next decade is we are a hearing healthcare company. And that's how we have to think, and that's how we have to act. You could talk about doing it, but we're doing it. And we're going beyond and exploring the hearing aid besides just it's a hearing aid. What's our healthable technologies? How can you use a hearing aid, as I say, a superpower, to help people not only hear better, but live better? And that takes talent, different skills. And I want to get out of the mind frame of the stigma and desensitize what a hearing aid is and the technology that comes with it, because it's incremental improvements. But what's the big improvements? What's that improvement that's going to help somebody not only hear better, as we say, but live a better life?
Right. And so what are some of those things that you're talking about? I know that with the Livio AI technology that came out a little over a year ago now, the focus was a lot in the motion sensor aspect of the hearing aid, really tracking things like falls. So what are you guys doing now with that data? Because you've had some time to collect it now.
Yes, and we're using the data as we need, and we're at the patient's approval. What can we do what are they using, and then how we do better the technology and the features for what's next. So when we came out with Livio AI, it was a good sounding hearing aid, but we had the body tracking and the brain tracking. And really what that is, you think about your activity tracking, are people staying active? Because there's active and healthy aging, right? And the world's an aging population, but people are working longer. And then you've got the brain activity score, or brain score, that we use for Livio AI, and really that's social engagement.
Right.
Are they staying mentally fresh? Are they feeding the brain with that engagement socially with whatever that might be during the day? So now that was generation one. Now we continue to advance, and then we have the fall detection, where I can honestly say I've heard many stories. I've had phone calls, people writing letters to the president of Starkey. Like
literally saving lives, right?
Lives. Yeah. Literally saving lives. We just had somebody in Alabama, a veteran, that fell. His son would not have went out there for over a week, got the alert, drove the 50 miles to see his dad laying in the kitchen, couldn't move, saved his life.
Right, so this is really,
nobody would have checked on
right? I mean, this is really where we're talking about, we're kind of separating things out. It's not just hearing aids anymore. And Starkey's been around for a while, the only United States-based hearing aid manufacturer.
Yes.
And I think that, you guys have made impressive strides in hearing technology from the hearing standpoint, but now we're really shifting into not a different direction. I think it's really the direction that should be approached.
It's hearing health and wellness. So we have to be good at the hearing health, but what's the overall patient wellness? And I look at it as an ecosystem. You have to have the hearing aid, you've got to have the software and the app. So then what can we do with the health apps, right? So we introduced the Thrive Care, which is a caregiver app that the loved one, whoever has a hearing aid, their son, daughter, can monitor the social activity. Are they using the product? How's their health? And then we also look at the accessories. And then what are the tools needed to have that good fit by the hearing professional?
Right, and so is that starting to get outside of the scope of the capabilities of hearing care professionals out there, or?
No, it's a learning curve, because as I say, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, so you have to get outside your scope. You can learn this. We have to we're bringing complex technology into a hearing aid, but we have to make it simple and also real patient benefit that the professional can use with the patient. So it's just educating. It's taking the time to educate and counsel the patient on what this benefit is. Because my biggest fear and concern is it's not all the features are for everybody. You got to understand the patient as we move forward to the next decade. You think about the digital patient, people who want personalization, they want customization, they want convenience. what's the right healthable feature or product for that lifestyle of that patient.
Right, you know, and I know that I spend a lot of time working. Anytime there's new technology coming out, I spend hours working with that technology before I even put it on any patient's ears. And so, you know, you guys rolled out a lot of new stuff today. I mean,
Yes,
I'm just thinking like, man, the reviews I'm going to have to do and go through right now. But, you know, so obviously we'll stick with the Livio AI receiver and canal device. You guys released the new Edge version of that device. And on top of that, I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about putting the AI into different levels of technology, which I think is phenomenal now, because now there's no limitation really for anybody to be able to use these AI features.
No, we were allowed to now roll out the artificial intelligence through the different technology levels and different features, your brain score and the body tracking through different levels with AI. And then with Edge AI, which Edge AI is, you know, technology that you have IBM and Microsoft and Google, they're all using. It's a new thing. Apple just announced yesterday they just bought a startup Edge AI company for a couple $100 million. And, you know, we're incorporating Edge AI into the hearing aid for the adaptive tuning and the sound quality. You also, and we have different form factors now with being the first custom product,
right?
And having that option.
Yes. So I've been a huge fan. A couple years ago, I actually got the Bragi Dash, the custom tailored Bragi Dash. Absolutely love them. And my biggest fear was that I'd never be able to get a product like that again for myself. And here we are. And so consumers have been needing a rechargeable custom product forever, really. Just working with consumers who have finger dexterity issues.
Correct.
And being able to change their own batteries is something that would literally preclude them from being able to use a hearing aid in some cases. So how long did it take you guys to develop that?
We've been working on it for over a year, because there's a lot of complexity in putting the components and getting everything to work right inside of the shell and the size. And we've been, you know, for us, it's about the quality and the fit. And Starkey's known for custom products. You know, we did the first custom in 1972. So we know that art. That's an art. That's not something you just buy off the shelf and it fits. You need a professional, you need that fit. So over a year, and we're very proud of it because, like you just mentioned, the dexterity. It's a big issue.
Huge.
So we have it in a full shell, and, you know, for those dexterity issues. And then with a canal, you know, we're going to make it as small as we can, because we know how to make a custom hearing aid small.
Yeah, that's excellent. And I think that is going to completely take things over. This year, I think I'm going to be talking a lot about it. I know I'm going to get a lot of requests about it and asking about performance of the device. I'm sure a lot of consumers, the first question they're going to ask is durability of it. Yes. And is there any concern from any aspect of durability with, you know, dirty charging contacts, things of that nature?
We test. One of the reasons it takes a year is we do a lot of testing. And we advance the testing, everything from salt fog to the contacts to everything. And we don't put a product out that we don't back and is quality.
Well, I love that, and I just can't wait to get my hands on a set.
We could probably arrange that.
Excellent, excellent. Looking forward to that. I really appreciate you taking time with me here today to help, you know, share and disseminate this information with people who watch my channel. And I look forward to checking out these products as they come out of the pipeline here. And I think that Starkey's doing great things and is going to continue to do great things, not just in hearing aids, but in overall health as well.
Overall health and wellness.
Excellent.
I hope you have me back. I'd love to talk to you more. I enjoyed
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Hey guys, I hope you liked the interview. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please share it. And if you want to see other videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to check out my website, drcliffAUD.com.